to begin tonight with breaking news. Two people have reportedly been found dead at an LA home owned by Hollywood producer and director Rob Reiner. CNN reporting homicide detectives are on the scene right now investigating. TMZ reporting that the victims are approximately a 78-year-old man and a 68-year-old woman. We will follow these developments. We'll bring you more information just as soon as we get it. Back to our top local story, and that is, of course, the weather. Let's take a live look outside. It just looks cold out there. Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls is in our weather center. What can we say? I was out there today with Bears fans, freezing cold. A lot of them left early and for good reason.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days that it's unbearable to be outdoors for longer than you need to be. I mean, even 20, 30 minutes when temperatures are this cold, and wind chills as cold as 20 to 30 degrees below zero is what we were waking up to this morning. And whenever temps are that cold, that's when you could be seeing frostbite in as little as about 30 minutes. So you really have to be cautious when we're dealing with temperatures this cold. Now, our highs today, we were just barely above zero in many locations, but closer to the lakefront, that's where we just barely climbed into the double digits. We had a high temperature of 10 degrees at O'Hare, 11 downtown, and then we were around 16 degrees in Gary. Now, your temperatures currently, we're around zero for a lot of us. Our low temperatures tonight likely going to be ranging from -5 to about 5 degrees above zero. But wind chill temperatures, this is going to play a huge role in tonight's forecast as well, because we're going to have southwesterly winds that begin gusting as high as about 25 to 30 miles per hour late tonight into the early morning hours of tomorrow. So that's once again sending wind chills down to 10 to 20 below. So dangerously cold conditions again tomorrow morning. I will say, though, we have a big warm up in store for us later this week. Those details are coming up. Scott?
Emily, thanks. Meanwhile, the city of Chicago does have warming centers open right now to help people escape the freezing cold. They are available to you at the Garfield Center, all Chicago public libraries, Chicago Park District locations, and, of course, police districts. And by the way, those police district centers are open 24 hours a day. If you'd like a complete list of all the warming centers in our area, you can go to 311.chicago.gov. All right, now to Bears fans braving a very cold day at Soldier Field and saw their team get off to a hot start on the way to a much-needed victory over the Browns. Tina Nguyen has the highlights.
Well, Bears head coach Ben Johnson said on Wednesday, quote, "We need this win. We desperately need this win." And he wasn't wrong. In a conference where 9 wins might not be enough to make the playoffs, and with all 3 remaining opponents also in playoff contention, it was important for the Bears not to overlook the 3-win Browns. Rome Odunze was a late scratch, aggravated a foot injury during warm-ups, but the Bears had plenty of guys ready to step up. Bears scored touchdowns on back-to-back drives in the first quarter, including this. Caleb Williams to DJ Moore for 3 yards. Bears up 14-0 third quarter. Bears up 14-3. Shedeur Sanders pass, tipped it, and intercepted by DeMarco Jackson. His first career INT. Very next play, Caleb Williams here, rolling right, throws across his body to DJ Moore in the back of the end zone here. Bears up 21-3. Take another look. Williams making just a perfect throw to DJ Moore, making a leaping catch over not 1 but 2 defenders. Moore had 4 catches for 69 yards. Williams with 242 passing yards. Next Browns possession, 3rd down. Shedeur Sanders throws down the sideline. Jalen Johnson somehow comes away with the interception here. Check it out again. The ball goes through Jerry Jeudy's hands, and Johnson takes it away. Bears with an NFL leading 30 takeaways this season, and they would capitalize again. DeAndre Swift with a 17-yard touchdown run. He finished with 98 yards and 2 scores. Bears win 31-3. They improved to 10-4 after starting the season 0-2.
We've played teams that have a bunch of wins. We play teams that don't. We've played close games. We've played games where we've beaten teams by a lot. We've played, teams where we had to win with special teams, offense, defense, whatever case, running ball, whatever case. And so I feel that we're ready for just about anything: hot weather, cold weather, whatever the case may be. We're going to go out there and go out there and fight. I do know that, and I like our chances, us versus anybody.
Does winning 10 games mean anything to you?
Not really. we're on to the next one. It's 10's great, but it's not enough.
All right, funny he should say that. For the second straight week, the NFC playoff picture has flipped, this time in the Bears' favor. Both the Packers and Lions lost, meaning the Bears move up to the 2 seed and Green Bay moves down to 7th. Bears face the Packers in a rematch of Week 14 this coming Saturday on Fox 32 Chicago. And when they go head-to-head, the Packers will likely be without their star edge rusher Micah Parsons. The latest on that, plus a lot more reactions from inside the Bears locker room later in sports.
Well, with today's Bears game going down as one of the coldest ever, I went to Soldier Field to talk to some of the NFL's most weather-tested fans, and also got some medical advice from a pro on staying safe during the deep freeze. As if the Chicago Bears weren't formidable enough this season, the polar vortex delivering the 4th coldest game time temps in Soldier Field history. And that cold had even some of the toughest fans in football heading for the exits early.
It was okay when we went in because we walked straight up and got a workout, sat down, and eventually the fingers froze and there's no turning back. Dr.
Nicholas Cozy is a specialist in emergency medicine and has seen his share of ER visits due to exposure.
Most likely they're experiencing frost nip. Frost nip is temporary, leads to redness of the hands, nose, ears, fingers. Ultimately, they feel a pins and needles sensation, but that subsides.
By the third quarter, some fans began leaving the game in steady waves with wind chills at -6 degrees. No amount of preparation proved completely weatherproof.
It was friggin' cold in there, and we've got warmers everywhere. I have 3-4 layers of clothes on, and I'm just gonna wait and peel them off so I can get some hot soup when I get home.
Layering is not enough because that cold still penetrates those layers.
Still, fans both young and old have their tricks for staying warm.
I'll stand on these.
What are those? Show me.
They're like pads that you would sit on and stand on.
Are there other tricks for you to stay warm when you're in a stadium?
Drink.
What advice would you have for people who may have tickets or want to come see the Bears in January?
Fireball?
Probably better to follow the doctor's orders when it comes to keeping warm from the inside out.
It's an old wives' tale, using alcohol to try to warm yourself. Alcohol numbs the skin. It can numb your sensation.
Well, there were some fans there, believe it or not, without shirts on. Dr. Cozy warns that blistering of the skin with pain that doesn't go away is a symptom of frostbite. Also, if you experience any discoloration of the skin that doesn't go away, seek immediate medical attention. Stay with us for the very latest on this cold weather. When we're not on the air, you can find the very latest information on our website, fox32chicago.com, and of course, on the Fox local app. This just in, 3 arrests made today linked to the murder of a 16-year-old boy in South Holland, 21-year-old Javon Moore and 20-year-old Damon Smith. You're looking at their mugshots now. A 16-year-old also in custody tonight. Moore is the alleged shooter, now charged with first-degree murder. The other 2 facing felony murder charges. All 3 reportedly hail from Phoenix, Illinois. The victim, 16-year-old DeVell Holden, killed on August the 2nd. Officials say his murder was a case of mistaken identity. Now to the latest in that deadly attack in Australia. As many as 15 people confirmed dead after a shooting at a Hanukkah celebration in Sydney. Officials there calling it an act of anti-Semitic terrorism. Stephanie Bennett has the latest.
Officials say the 2 suspects were a father and son. The 50-year-old father was shot and killed by police, while the 24-year-old son is in critical but stable condition. Police say the father held a firearms license for several years, owning 6 weapons. All 6 were found at the scene. Australia has strict gun laws, and officials say they will look at making them even stricter. The Australian Prime Minister said this was an act of pure evil, anti-Semitism and terrorism. He was asked if the government had failed the Jewish community. Here's his response.
This is a time where all Australians need to wrap our arms around Jewish Australians. So we stand with them. We stand against anti-Semitism. We will do whatever is necessary to stamp it out.
It all started just before 7 p.m. Witnesses say 2 gunmen began firing from a bridge towards people celebrating the first day of Hanukkah, and a public menorah lighting was about to begin. Police say several improvised explosive devices were also found in one of the suspects' cars. No motive has been released. A bystander is being called a hero after disarming one of the suspects. He has been identified by local media as Ahmed Al-Ahmed, a fruit shop owner. He was injured and is at a local hospital. President Donald Trump recognized his brave efforts.
A very, very brave person, actually, who went and attacked frontally one of the shooters and saved a lot of lives. So very brave person who's right now in the hospital, pretty seriously wounded. So great respect to that man that did that.
For now, police in London, Berlin, and New York will step up security efforts at Jewish sites. In London, Stephanie Bennett, Fox News.
The tragedy being felt all the way here in Illinois. Coming up at 9:30, we have reaction from local leaders and members of Jewish organizations here in the state. In Providence, Rhode Island tonight, they continue to mourn those killed during a mass shooting at Brown University. Dozens gathering for a vigil tonight at a nearby park. 2 people killed, 9 others injured after a gunman opened fire inside a classroom at an engineering building yesterday. Authorities say they have detained a person of interest at a hotel. Sources telling CNN he has been identified as 24-year-old Benjamin Erickson from Wisconsin. Police also reportedly recovering 2 loaded 30-round magazines. This morning, the lockdown at Brown was lifted following a more than 12-hour shelter-in-place order. The university says some 2,000 students were evacuated overnight.
I'm a senior now, and I think all things considered, I think I have to go home and give my family a hug.
Police are still looking for a motive tonight. Brown's provost says all final exams are now canceled. Students are free to leave the university for winter break. Back here at home, a Chicago firefighter hurt while crews were putting out a fire in Humboldt Park. It happened overnight in the 1100 block of North Lawndale. A firefighter reportedly rushed to the hospital after being hit by debris. A civilian also transported. No word right now on their conditions. The fire currently under investigation. Well, shoulder speeders. I'm sure you've seen them when you've been stuck in traffic. It's not just rude, it's dangerous. And now Cook County is fighting back. Now to a problem that you've probably witnessed. Drivers using the emergency lane during rush hour. The Cook County Sheriff's Office is cracking down with high tech, including a helicopter to spot violators. In tonight's special report, Tia Ewing went into the thick of rush hour to see how it's done.
We've all
all seen it.
Drive time stacking up out there.
40 minutes on the Eisenhower from Route 390.
Motorists snaking through traffic and treating the emergency lane like it's just another express lane. For years, they got away with it. No warning, no stop, no consequences.
Black GMC. Looks like one occupant in the front.
Until now. August 27th of 2025, the Cook County Sheriff's Office brought out the big gun.
$11 million for this, to be able to do patrols in Cook County, operations like this one. So it's a useful tool that they now have. They were borrowing helicopters between Chicago police, and at that time, they had 2 older helicopters in their fleet. And then they were also using Homeland Security's helicopter when it was available. So now the Cook County Sheriff's Department has their own.
It's technology like you've never seen.
You can see who's around, if people are running out of a house or hopping out of the car or whatever.
On board is a MX-10 camera with night vision so sharp it can see you scratching your chin in the dark. The man behind the camera, Tactical Flight Officer Jim Gosling.
We call it the hammer. This is basically how I control the camera, our main tool. You know, I could zoom in, I could zoom out, I could see, you know, I could switch to IR, infrared if I need to. Extremely helpful.
The Cook County Sheriff's Office has issued more than 700 citations well before the chopper was up in the air. June through December of this year, motorists were illegally caught using the shoulder. Enforcement has resulted in at least 35 arrests, 11 vehicles towed, 54 vehicle registration violations, and 43 driver's license violations.
Yeah, I used to sit on 290 myself sometimes, and it's frustrating. Traffic's hard. It is Chicago. And then you'll see somebody driving down the shoulder real fast. They end up cutting somebody else off, and it's a domino effect. There we go.
From the sky, Gosling and his pilot direct officers below. Make, model, color, plate, every shoulder rider is identified before they even know they're busted, making it easier and safer to stop any shoulder violator in their tracks.
They'll tell us along the way, like they're riding the shoulder, they're going in and out of traffic. They'll tell us actually what the infractions are, the traffic violations are that they're committing.
Meet Lakeisha Palomino, an officer who has heard every excuse in the book.
When you pull these people over for doing this, what are they saying? Why are they doing it?
Oh, they're in a rush to get to work, or they're pregnant. They have to use the washroom.
The list goes on.
It goes on. It doesn't stop.
You're an officer for Cook County Sheriff. But as an everyday person, I'm sure you've seen somebody pass you on the shoulder.
And it burns me up.
Why?
Because just because they have what they feel is an emergency to get to work or whatnot doesn't mean that everyone else doesn't have some place to be as well. You need to be in traffic just like every other motorist.
It didn't take long for Palomino to catch one.
So you have tinted windows. Let your window down. But I cannot see you. Are you going to let your windows down so that I can see and we can move forward with it? You have anything on you? Okay. Okay, that doesn't excuse the fact you need your driver's license and your insurance card.
But I wasn't doing anything. I just got in. I just have come on the expressway.
Coming onto the expressway, yes. But you passed the point. You passed the point of merging. You were riding on the shoulder. You were driving on the shoulder, but you cannot because there's no space.
The driver finally fessed up to it that she wasn't following the rules of the road.
You have to wait until they allow you to get in. You can't ride the shoulder.
She was eventually cited, and the consequences really sting.
It starts at a $250 fine, 3 days community service. So you end up picking up trash on potentially the highway you were just riding the shoulder on. And it's a 4-month process.
Ro Khan, Chief of Strategy and Communications with the Sheriff's Department, says if you're caught again, it will cost you.
The second violation is $500. It can go up to $1,000, and it actually can go to multiple weeks of swap, which is cleaning up the roadways.
In less than 3 hours.
The reason I pulled you over, honey, is because you can't drive on the shoulder. My right tires were shaking, so I was scared. So I was trying to get her there.
The sheriff's office issued over 100 tickets for shoulder riding alone, and sometimes it's more than a citation.
So this traffic stop right here, this is a shoulder driver pulled over
has suspended plates and a suspended license.
The SUV was loaded up on a tow truck.
You're going to have to tow your car now.
Hooked, the driver required to face a judge, fix her insurance, and pay fines before she can ever get back on the road.
Any thoughts? Anything you want to say? No. Okay. On this side. Thank you.
Driving on the shoulder isn't just rude, it's deadly. According to the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, 63% of fatal crashes involving roadside assistance providers between 2015 and 2021 occurred when a driver leaves the lane and hits the shoulder.
It's so dangerous when people are blowing by you at 60 miles an hour and you're stationary, you're going 5 miles an hour. I mean, that's a 55 mile an hour impact if you take it.
Some of these folks think they're so clever because they'll ride the shoulder, and if they see a police car up ahead or for some other reason, but usually because they see a police car, they'll try to duck into traffic then and they think they've cleared it. We already have all the video footage from up above, and so we just go into the traffic ourselves, get behind the person, put the lights on, pull them over.
Fox Chicago saw how it works in real time. And for drivers who think the shoulder is your shortcut,
and another one,
this operation is just taking off. Yeah, very interesting to be out there in the thick of it. Illinois State Police tell us the numbers collected barely captures the full picture. Driving on the shoulder could be a contributing factor for a crash, but a citation wasn't necessarily issued for one reason or another. But still in Cook County, ISP issued 50 citations in 2023, and in the past years, you can see the numbers right here in the year 2024. 50 citations were issued. For the year 2025, so far 60 have been issued. Tia Ewing, Fox Chicago.
All right, Emily, I want to go back to something Dr. Cozy said from Rush before I let him go in our conversation. He reminded everybody that if it's too cold for you and I out there, it's way too cold for our pets. So if you're letting your dog out to relieve him or herself tonight, go out there with them, bring them in as quickly as possible, because as you've reminded us, we're not done with the really cold stuff just yet.
Not yet. So tonight we are still dealing with bitter cold conditions out there. We have temperatures right now that are hovering just above zero for a lot of us, but wind chill temps are already down to about 10 to 15 degrees below zero. I will say, though, we have warmer days ahead of us this week. We just have to get through tonight, get through tomorrow. High temperatures tomorrow are going to be in the 20s, which I know you're probably thinking, okay, it doesn't sound that bad, but we're going to have winds gusting as high as about 30 miles per hour. So that's going to keep the wind chill temps really no higher than the lower teens tomorrow. Although we have 40s in your forecast late this week on Thursday. That's coming along with some rain chances. Your temperatures right now, again, a lot of us pretty close to zero, already sub-zero numbers showing up in Kankakee, same thing in Rensselaer. And most of us tonight, we're going to be dropping to about 5 degrees below zero to 5 above, just depending on where you're at, closer to the lakefront, going to be holding on to those slightly warmer temperatures. But let's talk wind chills. So setting this in motion, taking us into the early morning hours of tomorrow. By about 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have southwesterly winds gusting as high as 25 to 30 miles per hour. So that's going to send wind chills down to about 10 to 20 below. And then even through the day tomorrow, this is what it's going to be feeling like around noon, just in the single digits for a lot of us. Actual high temperatures are going up into the 20s. But again, it's really not going to feel much warmer than 10 to 15 degrees above zero. For tonight in the city, dropping down to about 2 degrees. Again, wind chills 10 to 20 below. Your 5-day forecast tomorrow, 24, 36, partly cloudy skies on Tuesday, Wednesday, 39. And then on Thursday, it gets nice and warm, 46, but it's coming along with a good chance of rain. And then rain showers to snow showers will be possible at night. Scott.
A major policy shift is coming when it comes to marijuana. President Trump set to sign an executive order that reclassifies the drug tomorrow. What it all means. Tomorrow, President Trump could sign an executive order that reclassifies marijuana. This move would reschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 drug. Now, this is the same category as some prescription painkillers and steroid treatments. It would be one of the most significant changes to U.S. marijuana policy in decades. The move would make it easier to conduct research about the drug and provide people more access, but it would not legalize or decriminalize marijuana nationwide. There is apparently a stunning lack of diversity in drug trials in the U.S. This is according to a recent report from the FDA. The data shows only 6% of medical trials in the nation enroll volunteers from a different ethnic and racial group that matches more of the country's population. Researchers say that Hispanic and Black participation is declining. Experts say inclusion is key when it comes to developing drugs that effectively work with patients across the country. The terror attack in Australia causing devastation tonight for the Jewish community around the world and here in Illinois, while leaders here say they will not be intimidated.
And it's another night of dangerously cold conditions out there that's going to continue into the day tomorrow. But then later this week, we have a big warm up and a decent amount of rain to tell you about coming our way on Thursday. Those details coming up.
We're staying on top of breaking news tonight out of Los Angeles, where two people have been found dead at a home owned by Hollywood producer and director Rob Reiner. The Associated Press is confirming the LA Fire Department responded to a medical aid request. During that call, they found a 78-year-old man and a 68-year-old woman dead. CNN reporting homicide detectives are on the scene, although police have not confirmed the identities. We will continue to stay on this story. We'll give you more information just as soon as we get it. Some other top stories we're following tonight. At least 15 people confirmed killed, dozens of others injured after two men opened fire during a Hanukkah celebration in Australia. One of the attackers has been killed. The other tonight is in critical but stable condition. Australian authorities say the shooters were a father and son. They're calling it a terror attack. A person of interest is in custody tonight following a deadly mass shooting at Brown University. Sources telling CNN he's been identified as 24-year-old Benjamin Erickson from Wisconsin. 2 people killed, 9 others injured when police say the man dressed in black started shooting inside a classroom at an engineering building Saturday. Police have not confirmed that Erickson was in fact the shooter. If you've got to be outside tonight, please bundle up. It is dangerously cold out there. Emily standing by with the latest.
That's right. It is very cold again tonight. So the frigid air, that unfortunately, we're stuck with it tonight. We're stuck with it through the day tomorrow. But something else that we're really going to have to watch for is gusty winds tonight. And you're probably wondering, okay, why do we have to watch out for the wind? Well, for those of you across the southern portion of the viewing area that picked up some fresh snow on Saturday, that could be blowing around, reducing visibilities, blowing, drifting snow, certainly going to be a concern late tonight and then into tomorrow as well. So on top of it being cold out there, we're going to be seeing visibility issues, I think, just in time for that Monday morning commute. So kind of build that into your commute time for those of you, especially near and south of I-80, where we were seeing quite a bit of snow. Wind chills right now ranging from about 10 to 15 degrees below zero for a lot of us. Low temperatures tonight, so these are your actual air temps, going to be ranging from 5 below to about 5 degrees above zero. And wind chill temperatures tonight going to be as cold as 10 to 20 below. Out the door forecast for your Monday, 7 degrees by 7, or 7 degrees by 6. There we go. And then by 8, we're near 10 degrees, 16 degrees expected by 10 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to be partly sunny through the day tomorrow. Warmer temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going up to close to 40 by Wednesday afternoon. Scott.
Back to the deadly terror attack in Australia, the incident sending shockwaves throughout the Jewish community worldwide, including here in Illinois. It did not stop them, though, from celebrating one of the religion's biggest holidays. The Jewish community in Illinois marking the first night of Hanukkah. Many in Lakeview carrying heavy hearts during a menorah lighting ceremony after 15 people were killed in an anti-Semitic attack in Australia.
Unfortunately, a tragedy, anti-Semitic attack. People who want to destroy the message of goodness, of kindness, and none other than horrible darkness.
The shooting was especially painful for the Lubavitch Chabad of Illinois. A Chabad rabbi lost his life in the mass shooting.
Rabbi Eli Schleinger, a devoted Chabad rabbi who helped organize the event, a living menorah, a living light. Our hearts are broken. We pray for the wounded. We pray for the families of those that were murdered.
Local leaders expressing their support for the Jewish community in the wake of the attack. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker posting this statement to X. It reads in part, horrified by the terrorist attack in Australia targeting Jewish people celebrating the first night of Hanukkah. Anti-Semitism has no place in this world. As so many light their candles tonight, we'll come together to pray for a future where the light will triumph over darkness. Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy releasing this statement, which reads in part, quote, the attack reflects a dangerous rise in anti-Semitic violence worldwide, with Jewish communities increasingly targeted for their faith. Anti-Semitism must be rejected and confronted wherever it appears. We stand in solidarity with the people of Australia and with Jewish communities across the world. According to the Jewish United Fund, an advocacy group based in Chicago, anti-Semitic incidents in the city have gone up by nearly 60%. The organization says the attack in Australia is a reminder to stay vigilant.
If you're going to be out and about publicly Jewish, we just, our recommendation from our security department is to have situational awareness. Make sure you're aware of who's around you, where you are, if you need to get someplace, how you get there.
But the Jewish community also says it must truly honor the Holiday of Lights by not backing down.
We will not cower. We will not retreat.
The message is that a little bit of light can take care of a lot of darkness. And we tonight unite together. We stand strong and firm to increase in doing our Hanukkah events and bring the message even stronger and clearer. And we can stand together, united as one, and make the world a better place.
Chicago Police Department says it is monitoring the situation and says there are no current threats to the Jewish community. Chicago Fire Department remembering one of their own who was taken too soon. holding a bell ringing ceremony to mark the 10th anniversary of the death of Daniel Capuano, his wife receiving a piece of artwork as a gift. He died after falling through an elevator shaft at a burning warehouse on the south side of Chicago in 2015. The fire would be ruled accidental, though the city said work was being done on the building without a permit. The Cook County Sheriff's Office helping kids check off their Christmas wish lists, hosting the 12th annual Shop with the Sheriff event at the Walmart on South Cicero in Bedford Park. Some 50 kids pairing up with officers who gave the kids $100 to spend on whatever they liked. The event sponsored by the Cook County Sheriff's Fraternal Order of Police.
I'm Tina Lynn. Next in sports, Bears said all week long they do not believe in trap games. Well, the Browns found that out the hard way. Much more reaction from inside the Bears locker room, along with a major development for Saturday's rematch against the Packers. Next in sports.
With that being said now, that's 10, gentlemen. That's 10. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Good, better, bad. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. You good gets better. You good gets better. You better get better. You better get better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears!
Man, it just never gets old. Welcome back. Time now for sports. 10 wins and 10 of those celebrations in Ben Johnson's first season as head coach. Few could have predicted that the Bears would turn it around this quickly, but here they are. And here's Cassie Carlson with more from Soldier Field.
The Bears said this week there's no such thing as a trap game in the NFL, and that showed up in their win against the Browns. Caleb Williams said they finally practiced what they preached with a killer instinct and getting off to a fast start in their 31-3 win. That gets them 10 wins on the season for the first time since 2018 and keeps their playoff hopes alive.
We've played teams that have a bunch of wins. We play teams that don't. We've played close games. We played games where we've beaten teams by a lot. We've played, teams where we had to win with special teams, offense, defense, whatever case, running ball, whatever case. And so I feel that we're ready for just about anything.
Our guys understand it. They know where we are in the season. They know what's out in front of us, and they know how competitive the NFC is. So it doesn't take much from the head coach at this point. They get it.
Winning 10 games mean anything to you?
Not really. we're on to the next one.
Really just handling 1 week at a time. I think not looking past this team. They have a lot of good players and a lot of people that are playing for some things over there, especially Myles Garrett and things like that. And they got a fiery young group as well. So, I know they had a lot to prove, but we also did too. So, just handling business right now.
We have something to play for. No disrespect to those guys. They have a lot of great players over there, good players. It's just like, we know what's at stake for us, and we got to come out here and prove every week in, week out. With it being a short week, I think it's time to lock in even more.
It's a lot. We put up points when we could, and we just got to fix the times when we didn't put up points that hurts us.
It still feels like we probably need one more to secure a spot in the playoffs, which is nuts. My first year, we went 8-8, and we got in with the 7th seed. So just it is pretty crazy where the NFC's at nowadays. But look, we're excited about it, and excited about the opponent we got coming up here this week.
And when asked about seeing Green Bay back here at Soldier Field in less than a week, Caleb Williams said he is well aware he made a bad throw on the last play in Green Bay just last week, and he's excited to see them here at home. At Soldier Field covering the Bears, Cassie Carlson, Fox 32 Sports.
All right, thanks, Cassie. Meanwhile, bad news for the Bears' next opponent, the Packers. Multiple outlets reporting that Micah Parsons is believed to have suffered a torn ACL in a loss to the Broncos. It was a non-contact injury, as you see there. Parsons rushed Bo Nix. Parsons is the first player since 1982 to begin his career with 5 seasons of at least 12 sacks. Bears face the Packers this coming Saturday. You can watch that game right here on Fox Chicago. Well, the Bears conversation continues after the news here at 9. Lou Canellis and I will be joined by Kevin Fishbane of The Athletic and Patrick Finley of the Sun-Times for Chicago Sports tonight. And then at 10:30, Lou, Jeff Joniak, and Tom Thayer will have a full breakdown of the Bears and Browns on Bears Game Night Live. And more big news out of the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. He suffered the injury late in today's loss to the Chargers, a loss that eliminated the Chiefs from playoff contention. Mahomes wrote on social media, quote, "Don't know why this had to happen, and not going to lie, it hurts." Mahomes concluding, quote, "I will be back stronger than ever." All right, to the NBA, Bulls looking to win back-to-back games for the first time in just under a month, hosting the Pelicans. Third quarter, Bulls down 12. Modest Buzelis drives down the lane for the poster jam. Take another look. Buzelis finished with 9 points and 6 boards. Fourth quarter, Pelicans up 6. Jordan Poole here with the steal. All alone on the break for the lay-in. Bulls lose 114 to 104. They've dropped 8 of their last 9. Chicago State beats Loyola Chicago 84-75. Wolves lose to Grand Rapids in a shootout 2-1. We are back with more after this break.
He must be.
We continue to follow breaking news. TMZ now reporting that Hollywood producer and director Rob Reiner and his wife have been found dead inside their Los Angeles home. You are looking live at what is an active crime scene tonight. Rob Reiner, of course, known for his role in television in All in the Family as Michael Stivic, and perhaps better known for his distinguished career as a film director. This is Spinal Tap, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, A Few Good Men, just to name a few. TMZ reporting they suffered lacerations from what appear to be knife wounds. The Associated Press confirming tonight the LA Fire Department responded to a request for medical aid. It was during that call that they discovered the bodies of a 78-year-old man and 68-year-old woman. We will continue to stay on top of this story for you. We will give you updates even after we leave the air tonight on our website, fox32chicago.com. Other big story tonight we're following is the deep freeze. Now, the good news is we are going to emerge from the cold eventually. Yes. But, Emily, we still got to get through tonight, right?
Have to get through tonight. And even tomorrow, temperature-wise, we're going to be up in the 20s, but it's going to be feeling still like the low to mid-teens. So very cold tonight and tomorrow. Then we're going to turn the corner, and it'll get a lot better later this week. Your highs today, many of us didn't even make it out of the single digits. We did touch 10 degrees at O'Hare. Here's where we're headed. So tomorrow we're in the 20s. Then we're up to the mid to upper 30s, which, by the way, on Tuesday and Wednesday, that's what's considered to be average for this time of the year. We've just been significantly cooler than that, and we actually have highs that are going to be in the mid 40s come Thursday. But there's a strong cold front that's going to be coming through Thursday night, and that could be changing over some rain into some snow showers by Thursday night into early Friday. Now, looking beyond Friday, because we have that brief little cool down back down to the 20s, this is your temperature outlook from the 20th through the 24th, which of course is Christmas Eve, and we're strongly favored to see above average conditions. So at this point, we're starting to see that pattern flip-flop that we've been telling you about really all month long. The first half of December looked much cooler than average. The second half of December doesn't look so bad to get through. Your temperatures right now, many of us pretty close to zero. We're at 5 degrees at O'Hare, same thing in Gary. It's 4 in Merrillville, down to 1 below in places like Kankakee, Rensselaer, as well as LaSalle. We're now down to 0 in DeKalb and Aurora. Futurecast wind chill temperatures taking us throughout the overnight. It's going to be very cold. So our southwesterly winds are going to be ramping up to about 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts. So that's going to result in wind chill temperatures of 10 to 20 degrees below zero tonight. And then even through the day tomorrow, by midday, it's still only feeling by about 5 degrees for a lot of us. And then I think during the afternoon, early evening, our wind chill's really not looking much higher than about 10 to 15 degrees. Satellite and radar, things are quiet for us this evening. Tonight, we're going to remain partly cloudy. Again, gusty winds sending those wind chills to 10 to 20 below. 7-day forecast, we are concerned about blowing and drifting snow across the southern half of the viewing area that picked up that fresh snow on Saturday. Otherwise, it's going to be a fairly quiet day, just very cold. 36 degrees by Tuesday, 39 on Wednesday, and then Thursday we have rain, 40s, followed by a cooler stretch going into the weekend. Scott.
Good, better, best. Ben Johnson's rallying cry. It's become a staple after every Bears victory, and we heard it again today. We're digging into where it came from.
The best.
Okay, so after every Bears win, there is a chant that fills the locker room and echoes far beyond it. But it didn't start here. It began years ago in a high school locker room tucked away in the mountains of North Carolina, carried by one coach, passed to one player, and now embraced by an entire city. Tina Nguyen has more.
Before it echoed inside the walls of Hallis Hall, Soldier Field, before it lit a spark in the Chicago Bears locker room and moved a city built on grit, resilience, and hope. It traveled first to the mountains of Asheville, North Carolina, to A.C. Reynolds High School, to a coach named Bobby Poss.
When I first heard Good, Better, Best, and that was by Coach Richard Bell. He did it at a Fellowship of Christian Athletes camp. So it kind of catchy and I liked it, but it became the needy that replaced the school song with Good, Better, Best. So in 1994, my first year at A.C. Reynolds High School, after our first win, we did Good, Better, Best in the locker room.
While its true origin is unknown, Poss was the first to carry the chant to Reynolds High School and into the heart of a young Ben Johnson, a trusted voice that led the Rockets to a state title in 2002 with Ben under center.
Ben is truly a champion, and he's a guy that is a step above back even in the high school days.
Ben, the first thing that pops out as a coach is just very intelligent. He was a very intelligent player. We gave him, especially by the time he was a senior, we gave him a little more rope as far as how much, he influenced play calls and some of those things, because we trusted a lot of the things that he was saying and what he was seeing on the field.
The same words that once lifted him on Friday nights now lifts an entire locker room on Sundays.
That actually goes back to high school for me. Just a fond memory of mine growing up post-game in that locker room, and that was just the rallying cry.
Let me hear you, Chicago! Good, better, best! Never let it rest!
Rest, everybody!
Kind of big, got a little muscle to it. He been there working out.
He did take his shirt off. He's a man of the people, let's say that.
Good, better, best! Never let it rest!
Whatever the chant is, whatever the thing is post-game that you do post-victory, and really all it is just everybody buying into the same thing, and which is why I believe that it's been able to have the effect that it's had.
From a high school locker room to one of the most storied franchises in football, those words have become more than a chant. They've become a standard, a rallying point, and a reminder that greatness is built step by step. And together, Chicago is learning what Ben experienced long ago: to be good, to grow better, and to chase their very best.
Here's another layer, pretty cool stuff. The players chanting Good, Better, Best at A.C. Reynolds all those years ago now get to see a piece of themselves in the Bears locker room. We're back after the break.
All right, a final check of your 7-day forecast. We have warmer temperatures ahead, but with that said, it's still going to be very cold tomorrow. 24 degrees for your high on Monday, which you're probably thinking, okay, doesn't sound so bad. But we're going to have very gusty conditions, so that's going to send wind chill temperatures down to about 10 to 15 degrees tomorrow. So an improvement from today.
Okay.
But still very cold, and also blowing snow, going to be creating visibility issues near and south of I-80 where we picked up that fresh snow yesterday. On Tuesday, we're warming up, mid to upper 30s Tuesday and Wednesday.
Kind of balmy almost.
I know. We're going to see a lot of melting for those of you that did pick up that snow, and we still have quite a bit of ice around. We're in the mid-40s by Thursday.
All right, Emily, thanks so much. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good Day Chicago, bright and early tomorrow at 4:30. You could stream us with Fox Local or on all the streaming platforms. Chicago Sports Tonight is up next.
Good night.